everything combined. These are everything that is going to help you realize, okay, so not all candle brands are going to have my personality with these kind of jars, with this kind of story, with this kind of niche, this ideal customer. All these things are going to combine together, and that is what's going to really build your candle brand. It's really what's going to help you stand out without you chasing what's going to make you stand out. Welcome back to the Candle Business Podcast. I'm your host, Erica, and I have my own small candle business called Memory Box Candle Co. with my husband, Chris. Together, we also have a 2-year-old little boy that keeps us very busy outside of this candle business. And on this podcast, I like to just share everything that I've learned thus far in my candle business journey. And I remember in the beginning feeling this push to, okay, what can I do that's going to be unique? It's this word that pops up that we just want to be so unique. We want to stand out and be different and, essentially reinvent the wheel. That's kind of how we're thinking about starting a candle business, at least in a way. That's kind of how I was thinking about it, of how am I going to stand out? How am I going to be so unique? And it's just about redesigning it in your way. And that's really what I want to really go right into in today's episode, is that when we look at the big picture of your candle business and how you're going to differentiate yourself from others, there's of course different steps that you need to take in order to know exactly, who you're serving, who you're making candles for. That's number one, is knowing your ideal customer and who you're making candles for. But from that point, then you're also taking yourself, your personality, your uniqueness of yourself, because we're all unique. We are all unique. We have different, likes and dreams and hopes and dislikes and all that kind of stuff. And if you take that and put it into your candle business, then you 100% are always going to end up being a unique business, because nobody has ever created a candle business the way that you have. So I want to start today's episode off with that, because I want you to know that no matter what, if you're trying to be unique, a lot of times you can lose that authenticity. So it's really less about being unique and more about being clear and consistent with who you are selling to and how you can showcase your own personal personality into your candle brand so that you can keep it consistent. Because if you're putting on a persona that's not necessarily you, it's going to be hard to keep up with that personality, with your brand voice, and the videos and photos that you post, and just however you are speaking to your audience. If it doesn't feel like you, it's going to be really hard to be consistent with it. So what you need to do is learn and understand, okay, let me audit who I am, figure out who my ideal customer is, and how can I merge, where's the middle ground? Where can I bring these two together to where I'm creating a brand that feels like me, but is also serving my ideal customer? If you have not already, go download my free candle business launch checklist. It's just there to help you in your candle business journey, to give you what you should be thinking about and what you should be checking off your list as you are preparing for the launch of your candle business. You can go to ericamarieMorris.com/checklist and download it now. And for most candle brands out there, your unique edge is not going to be one specific thing. It's going to be layers. So you can think about your brand as you are building it in layers. So instead of trying to chase what is that one unique thing that is going to make you stand out, to where when people see it, they think, that is so unique, I'm going to purchase specifically because it's that unique, because that's not how human psychology works. That's not how buyer psychology works. It's not just as simple as, wow, I'm going to create something so different and so unique that when people see it, they're going to have to get it and want to get it specifically because it's unique. You have to really make your buyers feel something, and and that is what's going to draw them in and feel connected to you as a brand so that you can actually make the sale with them. So what I want to do is actually give you the layers. So when you can think about your brand when you are building it, and if you're wanting to create something that is unique and different, which you are already starting on a foundation of something that is unique and different because nobody's ever built a candle brand the way that you have or the way that you will. So that is already starting you off on a foundation of being different than other people because you are different than other people. So when you are thinking about the layers, you can think about, okay, how am I going to bring my personal journey, my personal candle story into my candle business by sharing it, by sharing behind the scenes, by showing yourself making the product, telling people why you make the product, sharing what your favorite scents are, whatever it is, a little bit into your personal life if you really want to go there and make it to where people start to learn and really like and get to know the person behind the brand. So that is really a good layer that you can include into your candle business is your brand story and a lot of storytelling to really showcase who you are as the person behind your brand. And then you can also really showcase the materials that you use as well. So depending on the kind of materials that you use, if you use, specific fragrance oils, a certain kind of wax, if you use wood wicks, whatever it is, and just show that is going to add a differentiating factor. Doesn't necessarily mean that there aren't other candle businesses that are also using those, but when you add these layers together, this is what's going to create basically your unique candle brand sandwich is kind of what I'm thinking about is you're adding in all these layers to your candle brand and everything combined. These are everything that is going to help you realize, okay, so not all candle brands are going to have my personality with these kind of jars, with this kind of story, with this kind of niche, this ideal customer. All these things are going to combine together, and that is what's going to really build your candle brand. It's really what's going to help you stand out without you chasing what's going to make you stand out. So I got ahead of myself there, but I did write down 7 layers. Now, of course, there's so many more layers that you can add on to your candle brand, but these are just some examples. So I have your personal story, so why you started, storytelling, so it's how you describe your products, your experiences, your day-to-day. It's how you sell your products really without selling them. And then your ingredients or the materials that you use, your niche or the theme of your candles. If you support a cause, so if you connect your business with a charity foundation, that also adds a layer onto your candle brand as well. And your visual aesthetic and your customer service. So again, there's a lot more that goes into it, but here's just 7 examples that you can kind of see as we're building up that candle brand sandwich. You can imagine just a sandwich, all these different layers onto it. I don't know if that's the best analogy, but it really is. I guess I could have used like an onion, but you don't really stack that. It just kind of all comes together. But I want you to visually see this. I want you to think to yourself, okay, am I chasing uniqueness just for the sake of being unique? Or am I wanting to really hone in on what my natural uniqueness is, what my natural likes are, and really gain clarity on who my ideal customer is, create a brand for them that also reflects you as a person? That's really the sweet spot that you're looking for with your candle business, because once you find that sweet spot, you are going to create your business for your ideal customer, and you're going to be a lot more authentic. You're going to know a lot more about what you should be posting. You're going to enjoy posting a lot more and really trying to market your business and showcase and think about how you want to come across as a brand, how you want your business to make others feel. These are all the emotions that you're able to really figure out and put out into the world once you understand that if you're trying to chase one specific, one unique thing, that you're trying to reinvent the wheel of starting a candle business, that's not really the best way to go. It's really about taking a step back, realizing that there's layers to this process and that there's all these things all together that is going to help you stand out as a candle brand. And once you get clear on those, you're going to find a lot more success and it's going to feel so much more like you. If this episode resonated with you, please let me know down in the comment section below if you're watching here on YouTube, because I know from the beginning, and honestly, even throughout my journey, just that feeling like you gotta be unique, you gotta be different, you gotta stand out, and you're constantly trying to search for it, when really it's just about trying to be as authentic to yourself as possible. So with that, I'm going to end today's episode right here, and I will see you in the next one.